Hiya! Today I'd like to do something unusual for me. So I have had this gouache paint for quite a while and it's of different brands, and basically what I thought, I bought this palette and I haven't used it for over a year probably. You probably have seen it. If you've been here a while, then you've probably seen me buy this and unbox it, and I still haven't used it. I was a bit too scared, I don't know why, because the paint is, I guess, expensive, but I wasn't using it and it was just going to, you know, get dry in the, you know, in the little containers, and eventually it would have become useless. So what I decided to do was to create my own palette. I made some custom colors. But yeah, I can't wait to show you this. Just in case you're interested, I'll tell you what these paints are. So I used Designer's Gouache by Shinhan Professional, and they're quite, I think they're quite good quality. You can buy it in UK in like shops. I think Jackson's has it, and probably your local art supply shop might not have it because it's maybe a bit more rare. I haven't seen it around in the wild. So these ones I haven't really used. This is Shinhan Pass, and it's like a lower quality. It says professional quality, but I find the binder is very watery in them, and they're much cheaper, so I think they're overstating it here maybe. I don't know. In my opinion, it's not the best quality paint, but it's nice and cheap, so I love using it for that reason. And I think I'm more likely to use something like this, like the Shinhan Pass, than I am to use like the professional quality gouache. This is like, so Shinhan Pass is an unusual kind of paint, hybrid of watercolor and gouache. And I've been using these neon colors, especially those three, quite a lot. And I also bought this blue, which is kind of a nice blue. But yes, this video isn't really about them. I just thought because they're unusual, I can show you. By the way, if you'd like me to swatch all of them in a future video, do give me a shout in the comments, because I'll be happy to share this with you. And one I'll be primarily using in this palette is Winsor & Newton Designer's Gouache, and I think I've been spoiled because this was my first ever gouache. They are quite good quality. I did Designer's Gouache. Without too much talking, if you've been here a while, you know I'm a talker in videos. In real life, not so much. So yeah, if you're interested in finding out more about these, I can swatch these out in a future video. I also use this white Pebble Studio Gouache. It's inexpensive given, you know, that it's a massive tube, and I used quite a lot in this palette. I think I still have like at least half this tube left. I'll be swatching my palette in this really low quality Crawford and Black watercolor pad. I think it's aimed at kids maybe. It was only a couple quid in a local shop. I think the Works maybe. And incidentally, this paintbrush is also from that shop. I bought a bunch when I didn't really know anything about brushes, and honestly, they're my most used brushes because they're so cheap, so I don't worry about like wasting them. I don't know, there's some psychology there, but I don't know where it is really. And I use this pipette to get some water into my palette, where I did have one gouache paint that was sort of on the dry side, and it was basically, it felt useless, like it was wasted already, but I managed to activate it a little bit, so I think it will survive. I was too scared to put this in just because the palette got a bit dirty, like on the parts where this silicone will go, and I don't know how to most effectively clean it because I've just ended up making more mess than cleaning it. But yeah, this is supposed to like make it sealed, so you can keep your gouache wet for longer. And it came with this foldable cup, and you can kind of stack one on the other, and it's nice for traveling with. It doesn't take much time, and you can even like tie it to your backpack or something. I won't be using this today because it's less nice to wash. I have some water here. Okay, let's open the palette. yeah, I don't know if these colors excite you. I kind of liked them as I was mixing them. So I got inspired by them. I think let's start. I think maybe it's a good idea to, even though they're quite fresh, to just activate the paints. Just 1 or 2 sprays. It helps activate the pigments usually. Oops. Okay. So I think what I want is to have a swatch card that I can add here, maybe. And would this be perfect? Maybe it's quite small, but maybe this paper will be better. So tell you what. Let's use nicer paper. It's meant for watercolor as well. So, and maybe I need to just make it a bit smaller. Carve the corners just to make it fit better. And it's about here. Okay. And I'm not usually that organized with my swatches and everything. I don't usually even have a swatch card in my paints, but I reckon it's kind of really useful. So let's do that, I think. I'm going to mark out where each bit starts and ends. So maybe they will be neat. If you've seen my swatches, they're usually quite all over the place. I guess just like me. So this will be hopefully the tidiest swatch card or swatch page that I've ever had. Who knows? Who knows? Keep your fingers crossed. This feels a bit unstraight. Okay. Okay, I think what will look nice is if I make it offset by a little bit and try and keep them nice and clean. Whether or not I can pull that off, we'll see, but I think it will make them nicer. So I'll speed this bit up for you and see you when I've done that. Okay, and at the back I think I'll scribble down the type of paper that this is, because I will definitely forget. Let's get to painting. Can you tell I'm putting it off a bit? I don't know why I'm putting water in a paint that's already wet. Okay, so these are all my colors. I'm not sure if this one fits in very well with the rest of the colors, so I might add a bit more white to it. When they all dry, I might paint over these. And these two, even though they look slightly different in the pan, I might do a little bit more to them because they look exactly the same on paper to me, like almost exactly the same. So it's a bit pointless to have these two. This one is, yeah, it's not perfect in terms of how it lays on the page because it dried a little bit too much in the tube. So not perfect, but I think I'll keep it. I might add a bit more something to it because they're very similar. But yeah, this one needs something. I don't know, does it fit with this color scheme? Let me know what you think. I know it's a very useful color in general to have, just doesn't suit this more pastel-y palette. What you've seen me do here I was kind of, I don't like wasting paint, so I kept like wiping my brush here when I remember to do it. And it's nice base for drawing on top of. It's something I learned from Sophie McPike, and I recommend you try because it removes the fear of the blank page. And it kind of makes you feel like you've already done something before you even start painting. So it's quite fun. So what I'll do now, I was really tempted to just make this wet again and like splatter a piece of paper on it, but I don't think it will work very well. So I'll just use it all up on these pages. Actually, I might possibly get rid of this one because it smells of clove bud oil and I really don't like the smell. And the whole, yeah, you can't hide from it now kind of thing. That's very nice red. Oh, I know what I'll do at the end. I'll mix them all, whatever's left, and see if I can get a grey. This blue that I made makes really nice effects when it mixes into other colors. It's quite interesting and fun. And while this dries, I know I said I'll be using this paper, but I've changed my mind. I think this is a good enough swatch card for me. But I can always, yeah, prepare this page for drawing on it. Can you see the green? It really shines through now. And it came from this perylene black. It's a really versatile color. Okay, are we ready for mixing? Let's do it. I'm hoping this will dry in time so I can use it up. Okay, let's mix them all. Well, it's green. I guess there were a lot of yellows and blues and greens, so it turned green. But that's okay. I'm not too perfectionist, so it is what it is. Okay, I guess I'm not getting much out of this now. So let's leave it be. What I'll do though, I recommend you always carry around this like a paper towel, or even tissues aren't the best, but if you don't have anything else, at least tissues. Something that I'm a bit annoyed at is that there is now a red stain, and it's from this color, and I might be removing it very shortly because it's a color, well, this one is the one that smells funny. Not because the paint smelled, because what I added to it. Overall, some of the paints are staining, but it's not too bad, and I guess I'll be using this for painting plein air and maybe just at home. So maybe it's not the end of the world, because it will get dirty over time anyway. But I'll put it here when it's dry, and I'll add my silicone bit to it when I'm ready. But I kind of want to, I don't know if it's the best idea to show this on camera because I'll be struggling. It might be the least satisfying video ever, or the most satisfying, who knows. Oh no, yeah, let's not do it on camera. I have bits of tissue. Maybe I can do it with a brush. Well, I do need to use it because I made a mess. Okay, that's better. What's your, if you've ever used these, what's your secret? How do you keep them clean? Or do you not even bother trying? At this stage, I'm like, what's the point? I'll get it dirty next time I use it. Maybe I can do it like, make it wet and then dab it. It could work. Kind of works. It's not perfect. I feel like as soon as I put this on, this lid on, I'll regret it because the paint will be everywhere. So I kind of want to remove as much paint from it as, like, from the edges as much as I can. Okay. Let's try it now. I guess that's as good as we get. YOLO. Yeah, it's bad. This is where I never look at this again. Anyway, that's that. So, whoops, I probably shouldn't do that. So this is my gouache palette. I didn't mix it fully, but I don't mind that at all. Doesn't have to be perfect. I did forget one thing though. because it's still drying, so I'll put this in later. But I hope you enjoyed my struggles and experiments and yeah, trying something new. Let me know which color is your favorite, and if you're still here, I would love to see a secret emoji, and I think this time around it will be any emoji that is color blue. I'm just curious what you'll pick. Surprise me. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. This is a bit different than my usual videos because I don't usually do much with paint, even though I own quite a bit of paint. It's a medium that, like, for my scatterbrain, it takes a bit of prep and then clean up and waiting around, and even though you can layer it and like fix your mistakes, I kind of struggle getting started because I know how much more effort it is than just picking up a pen and drawing and then putting it back and everything's clean and, you know, finished. Yeah, afterwards I need to empty this and not spill it and not drink it, as you know, if you paint. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give me a thumbs up, give me a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I do weekly videos, so there's new content every week, and now at the moment I'm doing 2 a week. Who knows how long it will last, but I'm rolling with it. I'll be doing more draw with me's and maybe swatching videos. I think they're fun to watch, and I love exploring new mediums and new colors and new things that other people do. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this and have a lovely day artsing. And until next time, bye! Ta-da. If you'd like to continue watching, click the link that popped up on the screen now. It should point you to a new playlist where you can see more content like this. And I promise you, it's usually a bit more organized. I think because it's a new medium for me, I was a bit more nervous than usual. Bye! Ta-da!